Angel alert! With recent market shifts and closures of some reverse mortgage companies, SunWest remains over 40 years strong and a longstanding leader in reverse mortgage lending. We're here for you and for your borrowers. At SunWest, we understand how important it is to meet your clients' expectations. So why not exceed them by closing their reverse loan fast? Go to hecom.swmc.com for all the information you'll need to use our simple tools, submit your reverse mortgage loans for immediate approval, and make your originations fast. If you'd like to learn more about reverse mortgage loans and why they're so popular in today's market, join us on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific for a live anonymous webinar. Go to hecom.swmc.com for more information. See you Friday.
Welcome to The Interest. I'm Sarah Wolak. The year is almost over, so many of you are likely planning on how you'll find success in 2023. A lot of mortgage companies are becoming one-stop shop experiences, but is that the way to connect with new groups of borrowers? In the latest episode of Gated Communities, NMP staff writer Katie Jensen learns that if you want to work with underserved borrowers, you need to build relationships and make customers feel heard.
And fintech is something that we're very interested in because we do think it's what banking is going to become, whether the back office is Bank of America, right, or Chime.
Malia Lazu, CEO of the Lazu Group and lecturer at MIT, says it's more important than ever to expand your clientele and begin reaching out to new communities. Because Rocket, SoFi, and Chime are all competing to become a one-stop shop for consumer banking.
The Gen Zs, even millennials, right, and younger, they're fine building a relationship on a tech platform, right? But what they want to know is who you are.
The key to beating your high-tech competitors is by developing quality relationships. Lazu says in order to do that, you must know them, and it's important to keep in mind that nearly half of Gen Zers come from communities of color.
I think this idea of movement is what these younger generations are looking for, and it's really going to be a unique value prop for the banks who can get it right.
So how do you build trust with communities who have been mistreated by financial institutions in the past? Lazu tells us that you must be authentic. Making charitable donations to underserved communities after George Floyd's death is great, but it's not enough to build trust.
Because big banks are going to write a check to it. Smaller regional banks can't do that. But what they can do is they can relationship the hell out of it. And that's where people then believe that you actually are doing what you're doing.
Building trust, she says, is also having a racially and ethnically diverse staff. Not only will this draw in more diverse clients, but studies show it can also increase company profits.
Diverse teams are 34% more profitable. Diverse teams are 70% more likely to successfully enter a new market. And these are McKinsey studies.
If your bank or company doesn't develop quality relationships with everyone, what's stopping your clients from going to push button, get mortgage?
Gen Zers, millennials, they will turn to fintechs, or they will just keep their money, in a place where they can have influence.
To learn more ways you and your company can reach more diverse customers, including Gen Zers, listen to Gated Communities, the Mortgage News Network's podcast on working with underserved borrowers, available wherever you get your podcasts. For the Mortgage News Network, I'm Katie Jensen.
Thanks, Katie. In other news, the Inspector General for the FHFA says the agency could do more to reduce appraisal bias. Specifically, the agency should be notifying state regulators whenever they filed a complaint against an appraiser with the Federal Housing Administration. The agency says it provided 25.6 million active appraisal records to HUD, along with 17 referrals for possible appraisal bias. But the Inspector General says the FHFA did not file complaints or notify relevant state appraisal licensing authorities. Such complaints would trigger an investigation by local authorities. But the FHFA told the Inspector General it has no policy on doing this. The report also says the agency has done nothing to determine how often government-sponsored enterprises are using appraisals that violated federal standards. The Inspector General recommends that the FHFA work with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to do an evaluation. Coming up, we look at what makes a good workplace for women.
Morgan of SunWest Mortgage is here to change the world of loan originations forever. From sending updates to your clients to allowing you more time, you can do it all in a simple chat. You no longer have to struggle with documents. All you need to do is select the files and upload them, and they're submitted in an instant along with your loan file. With SunWest, your true home is always within.
Welcome back. Recruiting a range of candidates is a good start when it comes to diversifying your staff, but you have to keep those people. You have to build a culture that's inclusive to everyone. In the most recent issue of Mortgage Women magazine, we recognize some of the top workplaces for women. Our own Mike Savino talked with some of the honorees to see what they're doing to be inclusive.
I think just the sheer nature of navigating careers as a woman brings different challenges.
Even as women make progress in the workplace, hurdles remain. This is especially true for working mothers. So is your company thinking about these things when it tries to create a culture that's inclusive to everyone?
No matter where someone is in their career, their background, their family situation, we have something to offer them here.
Mortgage Women magazine is recognizing some of the top workplaces for women. While their approaches may differ, our winners highlighted two common areas where women need support.
As women, we bear the guilt of having to work outside of the home, having to make sure that the children are, taken care of.
One area is striking a home-life balance. For example, a study by Ohio State University found 80% of working mothers took the lead on helping their kids learn from home during the pandemic, and many say they quit their jobs because of the stress. That means companies need flexible policies that let employees care for their families and still get work done.
We want our employees to be able to go to the field trip if they want to participate in that with their children.
The other common concern, women often say they need more support when it comes to pursuing career advancements, especially early on. Some of our honorees have women's support groups or regular career planning sessions with their staff. They also offer plenty of professional development.
That has contributed to their opportunities for an advancement and feeling successful in their role.
Inclusion doesn't happen by accident. Julie Fry of Fairway Independent Mortgage says you need more than just diverse hiring practices. You need a lot of planning and introspection.
It's a lot of discussions. It's been a lot of uncomfortable discussions, if you will.
But our honorees say it will pay off in the long run. You'll have a culture where everyone feels like they can help your company succeed.
Really, we want to just recognize all the great leaders that we have in the organization, and a lot of those are women.
You can learn from our top workplaces for women in the current issue of Mortgage Women magazine, available now at mortgagewomenmag.com. For the Mortgage News Network, I'm Mike Savino.
Thanks, Mike. We'll be right back with what else is interesting.
I had to watch him go from so capable to a different person altogether, and it was really hard. We're hoping that this message gets to veterans out there who are in similar struggles. That's how fast SunWest worked. It was truly amazing. It makes me very happy to know that there's a company out there that cares so much, that they go through so much to help. Because we never expected this. Never.
SunWest understands that your success is built one family at a time. Visit sunwestpartners.com.
Welcome back. Here's what else is interesting today. United Wholesale Mortgage CEO Matt Ishbia may have missed out on owning an NFL team, but he appears to have a pretty good consolation prize. Ishbia is finalizing a deal to buy a majority stake in two Phoenix basketball teams, the NBA Suns and WNBA Mercury. The deal would still need approval from the rest of the league's owners. The agreement values the teams at $4 billion. Ishbia and his brother Justin would buy Robert Sarver's 50% interest in the teams. Matt Ishbia will be governor and his brother Justin will serve as alternate. Sarver agreed to sell the team in September after an NBA investigation fined and suspended him for racist and misogynistic behavior. In announcing the deal, Sarver said, "As a former collegiate basketball player and national champion, Matt Ishbia has exactly the right spirit, commitment, and resources to pursue championships." A quick programming note. We are starting the holidays this week, but the interest and the principal will be back on January 2nd. We hope you have a happy and safe holiday. In the meantime, you can get all the latest news at nationalmortgageprofessional.com.